Actually, won't you do the Sonic personality quiz? Can you link me to the Sonic personality quiz? Can you link me to that? Okay, first question. I feel detached from others, like I don't belong. Interesting question. Whoa. This is a Sonic quiz to remind you. I would say I used to be more on the agree side. I feel now... I guess I disagree now. Will I sound too, I don't know, too dramatic by saying since I started streaming, I feel like I belong with people? Does that sound weird? Is that being too, I don't know, weird, emotional? I feel like, wow, people like the things I like. I stick to my rules and routines, no exceptions. A strong disagree. One time I went to Norway. One day I woke up and I took a bus to Norway just because I felt like it. I see myself as destined for greatness. No. I feel like that's how you feel at 23 years old or something. You're like, I'm gonna change the world. Then in your late 20s you become depressed because you're like, what the fuck? I was destined for greatness though. What happened? And then you become like a late 20s depressed. And then in 30s you just become like, who gives a shit? I'm just gonna do my own thing. So disagree. I can't let go of a task until it's perfect. Disagree? Well, the thing is, I do think I'm a perfectionist, and I don't think that's a good thing. And I don't say that, like, everything I make is perfect. I think that's my worst quality, right? I think I'm a perfectionist, and I have to force myself to let go and accept that it's not perfect. So I can't let go of a task is very specific, right? It's asking me, you know, specifically about this, I feel like. So disagree, but also partially, because of perfectionism. I crave admiration for my ideas and achievements. I would say no. But I think it's kind of human to want some acceptance. You know, I'm also prone to, like, checking my likes on Twitter when I post art and stuff like that. I'm prone to checking, like, do people like my video when I post a video? Of course. But it's not something I necessarily crave. Like, if I had to let go of all of it, I would be fine. I would arguably be a more normal person. I cling to relationships even when we're tough. I feel kind of middle way. It's so, like, dependent on everything, right? What kind of relationship and what we're talking about, and everything is sort of related to another thing. So in the middle. I worry about messing up even when I'm prepared. I feel like I prepare. Yeah, I guess in the middle about this also. I do worry about messing things up, and I do over-prepare, I would say. But not to a degree where it's, like, too much, hopefully, sometimes. But, you know, in the middle, I can handle criticism well, it stings too much. I would say I handle criticism well, but it's hard to say, right? I just like those quizzes very much because a lot of things are dependent. Yeah, for sure. You kind of have to, like, rationalize things your own way with it. Because, like, the answer to all of this is, like, it depends. But you can sort of, like, I don't know, adjust in a certain ways, right? Try to make it make sense to your own life. I think I handle criticism well. I think I actually fear criticism more than how should I put this? I fear criticism, but when I get criticism, I don't actually care. Like, sometimes I get in my head about, like, what if someone in my YouTube comments says this one thing, and then someone will type it out exactly, like, I think this, and it's exactly the thing that I thought about. And when I hear that from someone, I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't actually care. Like, in my head, I can get into it and be like, what if someone says this one thing? And then it's like, handling it is the thing where I'm like, okay, it's actually fine. It's not that bad. Did that ever happen, really? It has happened. I can't remember the specific thing, but someone commented, like, a very specific thing, and that was when I realized, like, oh, I don't care. I worry about it in my head more than I actually, like, care about it when it really happens. Emotions feel distant or irrelevant to me. Disagree? I guess. I feel like I used to be very apathetic, though, so I get what it means and why someone would answer agree, not just trying to be edgy. I definitely had a period in my life where I was like, I just feel literally nothing. I come off as cold even when I don't mean to. I think so. I feel like maybe this is only my own interpretation. But I think a lot of people maybe find me intimidating, or they think I'm super serious even when I'm not. Now you definitely won't get Shadow, damn it. But maybe I'll get Tails. Maybe it'll all work out. I think I do also think I have a tendency to come up cold when I don't mean to. So I think that's also on me. It's not only like, people interpret me as a really cool guy, but no, I'm not like that. It's like, no, sometimes I'm just like socially mess up, and I come across as cold, even when I don't mean to, literally. I feel lost without someone to guide me or support me. I feel like, honestly, I kind of feel like I feel a bit lost without it. But I do know that I can go past it, you know? And I do look for guidance and support from my friends and whatnot. I'm not beneath that. And I do feel a bit lost without that. But I know that I can also survive without it. I can do things without it, you know? I know that if I try to rely without it, it will work out. I'm haunted by memories I can't let go of. And this is dark. Yes. But, like, moving on also. Like, I don't want to go into this too hard. But yeah, I have bad memories of things, yeah. I feel like I need to fix everyone's problem. I feel less of this now. I don't know. I feel like it used to be yes, or agree. It used to be here and then in the middle. Now I feel in between. I would say now I feel this at times, but I feel like I've learned to, like, let go of that and be like, no, I don't. It's not my problem to let go. I should not be concerned with that. I should not try to fix everyone's problems. I would love the thrill of taking risks without a plan. This feels very... what is the thrill, though? What is the thrill? What is the plan? The thing is, I'm not a thrill seeker. I went to Norway. Yeah, I mean, kinda. Nah, I think I would say in the middle. I feel like I'm not looking for a thrill when I go to Norway. I'm just looking for, like, something unexpected. I put others' needs way above my own. In the middle, I would guess. I feel. It's another thing where it's like, it depends, right? I struggle to trust even when I want to. Kinda? Yes, I think I struggle a bit. I get distracted easily jumping around. Hey, yeah, I do. I'll just take it. I do. I can't sit still. I need to keep moving or doing something. I feel like I used to not be able to sit still. Okay? And I feel like this has very recently changed, where I realized, like, I just need to exercise more. Like, I can't sit still if I have not exercised. If I just exercise, then I won't be in my chair and being like, I gotta move, I gotta do something. I just need, whatever it takes, you know, if I can do, like, calisthenics or anything else. So I would say, I don't know, I do still get that urge, right? But it all depends on, like, if I've exercised or not. So I would say maybe disagree. But I do have kind of that urge at the same time. I guess in between. I would say in between. It's enough of an urge to be in between. I can't relax when something feels uncertain. Yeah, kinda, honestly. Exercise helps with restlessness so much, for sure. I would say that, like, there used to be a bit of an anxiety of, like, am I moving enough throughout my day? And there used to be an artist who I was the patron of. How should I put this? This was so long ago. I found this artist, right? Who did comics, and I liked his stuff. It's messed up that I can't remember his name, but he died. And the reason why he died was that he sat all day, and he got one of those, like, things in his leg that, like, killed him just from not moving, because he was just sitting all day and drawing. I shouldn't laugh about this because it's really fucked up. And that put the anxiety about that in me. It's like, what the fuck, that can happen? Blood clot. Yeah, it was a blood clot. He died from that. It's tragic. Yeah, and that put a bit of anxiety in me of, like, I have to keep moving and whatnot. But eventually I did come to that conclusion of, like, you know, if I am exercising, then I don't have to worry about that, right? I don't have to worry about, like, sitting still for too long if I just exercise, right? And that can happen, but if you're moving about it like that, then hopefully it won't happen. But I think that was just, like, a very tragic case, and, like, I'm always wiggling around ever since I learned about it. Yeah, I feel like this is maybe a good way to approach it if you have that kind of anxiety, right? Where it's like, you don't have to wiggle around or get anxious about it if you have, like, exercised. If you have moved around throughout the day, then it won't happen. It's only if you're, like, sitting nonstop for, like, 24 hours, 12 hours. Potentially, it depends on, you know, how your body is. I can't relax when something feels uncertain. Honestly, I have to be honest and say yes. I feel a bit like I can relax when things are a bit uncertain. I struggle a bit with this. I take my responsibilities more seriously than most. I feel like I used to be this way, but I don't feel this way anymore. Because I think I learned that most people don't care about their responsibilities that much. Like, I put more care into them than other people. Just like, what the fuck? Why should I care then? Why should I care? Next. I struggle to focus on slow, boring tasks. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is, you know, unique to, like, ADHD. I think everyone are, like, this way, right? I'm sure people with ADHD struggle with this more, I can't say. And I would say I struggle with this to a moderate degree. Maybe above average. I need to prove I'm smarter than everyone. I feel like I definitely used to be this way as a teenager. I feel like now I'm like, I don't know. I do feel like I sometimes get that urge. I get that teenage urge in me to be like, I need to prove to this person I'm smarter than him or whatever. But like, I think I'm better with that right now. Duty matters more to me than fun or relaxation. No. No. Just no. Fun matters a lot to me. I second guess my abilities despite my successes. Yeah, I mean, is it pathetic to put it all the way? But I kind of feel that way. I mean, I would say I can point to certain things I've been successful at and say like, okay, I have a pretty big YouTube channel, but I second guess it. Like, will I post one thing where everyone figure it out? I'm a fraud. Will everyone laugh at my next video? Will everyone think I'm stupid? Will everyone suddenly realize the jig is up? So I guess so. I take bold risks to show off my genius. No, I do not. I plan my genius very carefully. I overthink every step before I take it. Yeah, I do. I still struggle with this a lot. And it's something I'm still working on. I think I've gotten better on it. But I can't say I've changed enough to like, put it down. I think I still struggle with this a lot. I focus on goals, not feelings or relationships. I guess no. I do focus maybe more on what I feel than my goals, if that makes sense. But I don't know if I can properly put that into words, or like why I feel that way, or why I feel like it's good. It's getting harder by the day to prove I'm smarter. I prefer being alone over dealing with others. It really depends, right? It depends on the people. If it's at a party, a family party, then I'm kind of quiet, right? If it's with friends, then I'm very like, holy shit, I love people. I love being around people. I keep my guard up to avoid getting hurt again. Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah. I don't care about praise or connection. I think I do care to a certain degree. And I do care about connection, though. I think I'm going to put this agree, but mainly because of connection. I do think I care a lot about, like, connecting. I fear being abandoned or left behind. Not really. Not anymore. Or, like, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever truly felt this kind of fear in me. I get tense or angry when something triggers me. Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely used to have, like, anger issues, or, like, I don't know, it's hard to say. I definitely had a period in my life where I had, like, legitimate, like, anger issues, and I think I've gotten better with it. But every now and then I do get something that just makes me irrationally angry. It kind of sucks to admit. I do feel like it's, like, difficult to admit to this, because I feel like anger is, like, one of the, like, unacceptable emotions to have. And I think that is also part of what drives people to be, like, irrationally angry. Or, like, what can drive, like, an aggressive episode in someone. Where it's, like, you're not allowed to feel angry. It's sort of like one of the emotions that are looked down upon. And when you become an irrationally angry guy, you become more irrationally angry because of that. You become angry at yourself for being angry. And you're not allowed to feel anger. I guess I do feel better about it now. It's like, maybe I was maybe say I get anger now, but maybe I can, like, calm down a lot quicker, and I can, like, deal with it better. It's hard to talk about anger because I do genuinely feel like it's really difficult to talk about. And I maybe this is, like, pointlessly gendered, but I think a lot of men feel this way, where it's sort of like, for some men it's the only acceptable feeling, and for some men it's like the least acceptable feeling. So because of that, I feel like it's genuinely, like, difficult to talk about. I act on impulse even when I know I should think first. I have a tendency to do that, but not enough to put on agree, I would say. Anger in general is demonized, and it's a complicated issue. For sure, I think it is sort of, like, a part of why it's demonized is, like, why it's difficult to talk about it, and why it's difficult to, like, make people less angry. But I'm not smart enough to properly address the issue also. I feel uneasy if things aren't done the right way. I definitely used to be this way. Now I feel less that way. But I have enough in me to say I feel uneasy, so maybe in the middle. I do anything to keep someone I love close to me. I kinda lean on no. But it's hard to say because that's the rational part of my brain, right? And the love part is not rational. I don't know. Well, anything? No. But I feel like I would be more willing to work things out. Is that how I would put it now? As a young adult, I felt more like, I don't want to deal with this right now. And I would kind of avoid having discussions about things. This is kind of pathetic to admit. But like, I think that was sort of like what made my past relationships fall apart, was like I didn't want to talk about things. I think the difference is that now I'd do anything within the realm of discussion to keep someone I love close to me. But is that enough to push it to agree? Do you know what I mean? I think in terms of like having a talk and discussing and talking things out, I'd do anything. But not do anything like a physical act. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in the middle. I feel like there's an emotional push to keep it in the middle. It's not pathetic to get to know yourself and share your difficulties. It's quite the contrary. Maybe I do feel a bit like, oh man, I don't really talk about this kind of stuff. It is a bit personal. So it is weird. It's admirable. Thank you. Who am I? Oh, I'm Tails? Wow, I'm like a Tails Shadow hybrid? Anxiety? That makes sense. ADHD? Is this how I got my diagnosis? Schizoid? That's a bit of a surprise. And I don't know if I don't think I have ADHD. I think I have... I would say I'm an anxious guy. But I have gotten way better with it, right? But I would say the traits that I have that I share with ADHD come as a result of anxiety, right? Like me shaking my leg and being like, I gotta move, it comes as a result of my anxiety. You know what I mean? His anxiety comes from wherever Gary tweaks, overanalyzing plans, fretting over friends, and doubting his own smarts despite his genius. Well, we know about Tails. In the Sonic saga, he's the kid who builds planes and panics, always wondering if he's good enough to keep up with Sonic. This is not the Tails that I know, based on the game that we just played. I have not caught up with Tails. I guess this is like what he's like now. He's a warrior with a wrench, second-guessing victories and stewing over what-ifs. Is this really Tails? Is he that anxious? We know No Matias is 15%. This is huge. Alright. Alright. I guess I like being Tails, I guess. I think I'm gonna end stream now after this. But thank you everyone for coming to the stream. Let's see, who can we raid? He spilled his art out and he runs away. No, I've been streaming for like almost 4 hours, man.